Welcome to another week of the Arkansas Football Recruiting Report. I'm Will Monclair. He's Otis Kirk. You know that already. Otis, we got a couple 2024 kids to talk about today. Some breaking news from yesterday, some news that's planning on breaking today. We're going to start things off with Julius Hope, Juju nickname, committed
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, kid athlete, four-star athlete from Batesville, South Panola, capable of playing linebacker, capable of playing running back. He had 82 tackles on defense, 19 for loss, 9 sacks, interception, 9 pass breakups. He could play even in the secondary if they needed to, and he rushed 41 times for 490 yards and 8 touchdowns. That's over 10 yards a carry. Will,
Wow.
uh, he told me the reason he committed to Arkansas, a couple of reasons. One was the environment, one was the coaches, and they've told him he can play on either side of the football. So when people ask me, where's he going to play? I think it'll be linebacker, but he's capable of playing. And they've told him they'll give him the opportunity to play on both sides of the ball. He's 6'2", 195, very good football player. They offered him. Coach Woodson's his recruiter, and really did a good not a good job, a great job. Let me rephrase that. Coach Woodson has done a great job recruiting this kid, as he has many other kids. But Coach Williams, Coach Wilson, Coach Adams, Pittman, all of them are doing a good job recruiting. They're real thorough, and they're bringing in a lot of kids. This is the second commitment from Mississippi. And Arkansas through the years hasn't done well there. I know they got KJ Jefferson, but for the most part, they haven't had a lot of success in Mississippi. But this year, Coach Woodson has ties to that state, and they're definitely taking advantage of. He picked Arkansas over Alabama, Oregon, Louisville, and Michigan.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Now, Otis, yesterday at practice, I wanted to bring this point up to you. I didn't want to forget about it. You've been to more practices than we have. Does it seem to you like the coaching staff is having more fun? Do you think that could be affecting recruiting at all? Everybody seemed to be in an enormously good mood yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I think these guys, I don't know how to say this, but I don't want it to sound like I'm taking shots at coaches who were here.
Yeah.
I think coaches now are really good at what they do. T. Will's young guy, knows what he's doing. Coach Wilson, young guy, knows what he's doing. Coach Woodson, not so much young guy. I mean, hell, they're all young compared to me, but Coach Woodson is not the youngest one of the guys. But they're all, and Coach Adams, they know what they're doing, man. And then the offensive staff, same thing. Coach Turner and Coach Kennedy and Jimmy Smith, Guyton, and Dan Enos. So yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about having more fun. I just think they know what they're doing, and they're real comfortable doing it. And I think they know how to run a practice, maybe make it. I've heard some of the players have said they have good personalities. They know they make it fun, but they know when to get down to business. They can separate business. But some coaches just go out there and feel like they've got to make it 2 or 3 hours of just pure heck, And these coaches don't feel that way. I think those days are in the past. And I think this staff can make it fun, but also have the respect of the team in the sense of they know when to get serious. It's time to get serious. The fun part is behind them. I think they have the ability to do both. And yeah, you bringing up that point, I think they do have more fun, but they also know when it gets down to business, it's not, party time. It's business time, and they can separate that. And that's when they're a great coach, when you can separate and make it fun, but yet get production done. I mean, I think that goes outside of coaching. I mean, if you dread going to your job, no matter what it is, and if you're a player, a coach, or a lawyer, anything, if you dread going to your job, and you have to count, it seems like it's 100 hours to get through 8, you're not going to probably do well or enjoy it. So it's an ability to make people enjoy what they're doing, no matter what it is, but also know when it's business time, it's time to concentrate and get serious.
Absolutely. Oh, just jumping in, it is nice to see everybody getting along and having a good time. And I'm liking that's happening, and all the recruits are there to see it, and word spreads, as you know. Getting into the next kid, KJ Jackson, planning on committing today, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, how appropriate would it be to get a quarterback named KJ? He will announce
Right?
today at 5:30 between
You
Arkansas
saw the
and
wheels
North
turning in my head there. I'm like, did I just say KJ
Carolina.
Jackson? No,
Yeah,
I
I
know
wonder how
it's
many times
right.
all right
Not that
KJ.
early in the day, but I might have.
If KJ Jackson comes to Arkansas, I just wonder when it'll be the first time I write KJ
Yeah.
Jefferson. I know I'll do it. I'm an idiot, so I know that's coming. I don't know if he's coming to Arkansas. He's going to announce at 5:30. I'll let him announce that. But he's about 6'3", 215. He was standing right by me at practice the other day. I said hi to him. You know, he was here. I think it was Tuesday's practice that week. He was here on Tuesday, and KJ it was the day they went in the Walker Pavilion. The weather forced them inside. But KJ will announce today he's a 4-star. Down to Arkansas, North Carolina. Of course, he had other offers and stuff. That's his choices. Passed for 2,813 yards, 42 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Rushed for 171 yards and six touchdowns this season. I thought it was 8, but I've written down 6. But whatever.
We'll say 8.
He can throw the football. He can throw the football. Yeah, and left-handed quarterback. But it would be very appropriate for Arkansas to get a KJ to call it KJ. Now, I'm not counting out Malachi Singleton and those guys, but it's
an announcing nightmare.
Have a KJ in the mix, Got to have a KJ in the mix at quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
This was worked out
Maybe the tradition continues.
This was worked out pretty dang well for Arkansas. I don't know. Next one will work out equally well, but I know the first KJ at quarterback has been very, very, very good, and still is. It's still got another season.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fun to see how everything develops there in that quarterback room. It's fun seeing them run around with that new offense yesterday. I think yesterday we got to stay through the full practice. That was the first time we really got to sit down, relax, get the binoculars out and say, what is going on here? And it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. It was good practice, and the kids feel like Dan Enos was here. I was here the 3 years he was here. And, he had a really good offense in 2015. And 2016, 17, Coach Pittman left. I think the offensive line wasn't as good after Pittman left. Well, I know it wasn't. But I think they've really taken to his offense and his show. We talked to A.J. Green. I'm sure you were on the Zoom, but we talked to A.J. Green and Isaiah Satana yesterday after practice, and those guys like the offense. And those are two kids I really like. I'm proud both of them are getting. I thought A.J. in the bowl game, how big in the bowl game. You've got one of the best
absolutely.
in the country, Rocket Sanders. He gets hurt. He goes out, and you get two backs basically get 100 yards. Rashad had 112 maybe, and A.J. had 99 yards rushing. So, I mean, right at 100 yards for two backs after your star goes out. That's huge, and that's kind of depth that you want at positions, and that's what Arkansas is striving for at all positions. But Jimmy Smith done a great job, and that's not even throwing in Dominic Johnson, who is hurt, but has proved he's an SEC running back. I mean, he's healthy, if he's healthy.
How many times have we gotten to talk to Isaiah in this spring practice cycle? I feel like we've gotten to talk to him 3 or 4 times. Maybe
no. Isaiah? Yeah. That was the first time.
That was the first time? I feel like he's been getting a lot of time.
I've asked Pittman about
Maybe I've just been talking to Kyle a lot about him. Or maybe it's been the writers. I'm glad to see Isaiah getting his moment. I hope that he has a year as well.
We haven't had any player twice. We haven't had any player twice. We just have the ones we've had one. Even KJ Jefferson, we've only had one time.
Yeah, my fault. I might have been talking to Kyle about that. All right, getting into the next kid, Trill Carter. He took an official visit, and he left this morning. I believe you told me.
Yeah, he left this.
Trill Carter.
Trill the Thrill, I call him. I mean, 6'2", 300-pound defensive tackle from the University of Minnesota. He's the only kid we're talking about. It's not 2024, not a 4-star. I mean, he's a grad. Well, I don't know if he's a grad transfer or not. He's a transfer from Minnesota. I don't know why I keep saying grad. I think he is, but whatever. He's a transfer. He would be eligible immediately. Defensive tackle, and that's one of Arkansas's priorities. Trill is down to Arkansas. He's left here this morning, was here all weekend. Been to Illinois. Will go to Texas this week, Ohio State next weekend, then Louisville. And then he will finish up and then we'll make a decision. Louisville will get the last visit, but he knows who Paul was a
Good way to
teammate
know.
of his at the high school there for a while, transferred over to Leesburg, Lee County, and that's where Tyrus Washington was at, the tight end at Arkansas. And he knows Cameron Ball. So he knows some of the players. Deke Adams recruited him out of high school to North Carolina. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story on this. He said he still had Deke's phone number in his phone. And when he hit the portal the next day, Deke called him. And he said, when he answered, you don't have to introduce yourself. I already know who you are. I saved your number. So Deke had made a good impression on the kid. And so, yeah. But
Did he tell you that story?
Huh?
Did he tell you that story?
Yeah, he told me that story. Yeah, 6'2", 300-pound defensive tackle. And that'll all be in the story at 2:00. I've got a story coming out on Trill at 2:00 on Pig Trail Nation. I know people, time they see this, the story will already be out. So I forget about that. But I'm just saying, if you haven't seen it when you're watching this show, go read the complete story, because he had some interesting stuff in there to say about Arkansas, about Deke, just about Arkansas, about the environment here compared to Minnesota.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody go give that a read. The last one that we're going to get into, TJ Metcalf's little brother,
Travis Metcalf. Yes, sir. He's down to 4 schools: Arkansas, Colorado, Auburn, and Georgia Tech. He's a safety like his brother. His brother's a safety on the team. Travis is a defensive back who could play about anywhere back here in the secondary. They like these versatile defensive backs. Coach Woodson and Coach Wilson do. Travis is a kid that, I feel pretty good about Arkansas getting him. But there again, he's out of Alabama. He's like KJ Jackson, like some of the other kids. They're recruiting a lot of kids in Alabama. Kayvon Henderson was the first commitment in the class, and so that's kind of, they've got some ties there in the SEC states, and they're using them well. And Tevis would be a good pickup, and he's a 4-star, and just like I said, a versatile defensive back. And got a lot of options. He's like the rest of these kids. When we talk about they're choosing Arkansas over 3 or 4 schools, or they're down to 4 schools, they had a lot of offers. Doesn't mean they only had 4 offers. Obviously they have a lot of offers, but they narrow it down, because you can't. At some point, you've got to start narrowing it down. And Tevis will take an official visit to Arkansas probably in June. But I feel good.
I don't know who it was yesterday, but at practice, one of the recruits on his backpack had all of the lanyards saved from every school that he had been to. There were a lot of names on there. I was like, to be a 15-year-old kid walking around with Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Arkansas lanyards on your backpack, it just must be an incredible feeling. Otis, we really appreciate having you on today, pal. And as always, when do the Lakers play today? A little later?
They put it at 2:30 today, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I will the Trill Carter story out, then I will start shaking and worrying about the Lakers, man.
Absolutely. Well, Otis, we appreciate your time. And don't forget to check back in next week for another episode of your Arkansas Football Recruiting Report. Thanks, Otis.
Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate you. I really do.